it ever okay to tell a white lie? This is a common question that we deal with. And a lot of times in our culture it says, well, I'm just trying to protect the person. I don't want to tell them the truth. I don't want to tell them something that's gonna, it might hurt them, or I'm just trying to protect them. You see this a lot in like superhero movies that, like, if you watch The Flash on CW years ago, his whole justification for lying to Iris was that he wanted to protect her. But ultimately the problem is that when we tell someone a lie, even if it's a white lie, what we have done is we have broken the relationship, and nothing destroys a relationship faster than lying. And so what you want to do is you want to speak the truth, and you want to, but it's not just you're telling them the hard and brutal truth. What you're actually doing is you're speaking the truth in love, that you're saying what they need to hear. You're saying not what they need to hear, but you're telling them the truth, what needs to be there. And what ends up happening for us is a lot of time is we may not actually tell them an outright lie, but we omit things, or we shade the truth, or we change it just to make it fit, make us look better, or to make it fit a little better. And Jesus spoke against this in Matthew chapter 5, where we talk about the Sermon on the Mount. And in Matthew 5, Jesus talks specifically about oaths. And what was happening is the Pharisees and other people would make promises on God's throne, or in heaven, or on earth, or on their head. And they were saying, and each one of those had different levels of commitment. And Jesus is saying, you can't change that. You can't even change the color of your hair from black to white. Why do you think you can promise on these different things and it changes this? And then he says this. He says, let your yes be yes and your no be no. Anything else comes from the evil one. And so what you need to do is you need to tell the truth. Let your yes be yes and let your no be no, and trust that God will be with you.